All right, it's heating up. I've taken my hat off. I've taken my red jacket off, but it's the same hike. This is the lake that I've been hiking around if you've been following this little series that I've been making. But in this moment, I wanted to reflect about a choice that I made yesterday when I was coming here. See, I hadn't intended to come to this lake. I'd intended to go even more remote to either a reservoir called Union Reservoir or Utica Reservoir. And I did drive by there, and I was the only one. It was so serene, but also scary because I'm by myself. And I do love being in remote nature alone. And this wasn't that remote. I mean, there was a road nearby, but it was definitely more remote than Lake Alpine, which is where I am right now. You can't really see many people out on it, but as the day progresses, it's a Friday, it's gonna have lots of people out kayaking and paddleboarding, and I'm gonna be one of those people pretty soon. But I was so surprised that as I was driving around, like circling around the campsites at, it was Utica Reservoir, I just felt like this pit in my stomach, like, no, this is not where you're supposed to be. And I kept on questioning it, but it's like, it's gorgeous and it's remote and I have everything I need in my camper van, Sally Simone. But my tummy just didn't feel right. And so I'm so glad. So when I was 18, 19, how old was I? No. When I was 21, I had the same feeling when I was on my Fulbright grant to India. I haven't really talked a lot about that, and the purpose of this video is not to share about that, but that was a whole adventure in and of itself. But one of my only regret in life is that on that Fulbright grant, I had that feeling, that icky feeling in my tummy that said, don't keep on researching this topic that you've been researching. Instead, go with the new friends you've made, the children's theater friends, and go into rural Maharashtra, that's one of the states in India, and go do children's theater. And I never did because I thought I needed to follow the traditional path, the trail, right? If you've been following this series. And so I didn't go off the path. And I really regret it. I was really depressed that year. I didn't follow my tummy's feelings. Here, my tummy. I can't touch my tummy and have it be in the camera. So as I was walking this little part of the lake right now, I was reflecting about why am I so happy here at Alpine Lake, which is really busy. I mean, I'm camped around a bunch of RVs, and there were kids screaming later at night than I would have liked. But I realized it's so body-wise of me. My body knew, like, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. I live alone. Why do I want to be even more alone? Why not be in community? And also, I don't own my own kayak or paddleboard, so I need to rent them. But at the Utica Reservoir, it's remote enough, there's no rental. But I really, really want to test myself, especially a stand-up paddleboard. I'm scared to be on one, and I really want to see if I can get over that little fear. So here across the lake, I don't know if you can see the rental place, but it's back there somewhere. I'm gonna get to rent a paddleboard and go out, and I feel a little scared, but I feel a little excited. And then I won't be completely by myself if something goes wrong too. So thank goodness I listened to that little teeny voice in my belly that said, don't do this. And I worry sometimes about our young people because we don't teach them to listen to that little voice inside ourselves. And I'm really interested in figuring out in my coaching over the next few years, and also in my coach training as I work with grown-ups and teachers, how can we help students start to really pay attention to the wisdom inside their body and their bellies and listen to those teeny messages that are actually not teeny messages at all and carry deep, deep self-knowledge and self-wisdom in them. So I'll just leave that with you all, and I'm going to finish this walk around this lake and go get me on a paddleboard.